So once in a while on my driving while black video, I get an intelligent question or comment that I respond to. So this was one of them. Someone asked for proof of my claim that the case was dismissed and any documentation. So here's some of that documentation. So here's my blood alcohol from that night, and you can see it's 0.028, which is well below the legal limit of 0.08. So I'm doing this, I'm just scanning it through. You can pause the video and read it. And this is the first page of the police report. Get a little closer. So this is the first page of the police report, and in that he makes some outlandish allegations that are not proven by the video, actually directly contradicted by the video. They said I wasn't cooperative, I was stumbling, eyes bloodshot. None of that is true. Here's the second page of the police report. Again, scan it slowly so you can pause it and get a little closer. Now it's interesting to note in the second page where he writes, after clocking the vehicle at speed with the speedometer of my vehicle, I pulled alongside of the Volvo to observe the operator. At that time, the operator immediately slowed the speed of the vehicle and changed lanes. Well, he clearly says in the first minute of the video that I pulled in behind him and I exited before he had a chance to pull in behind me. So, and I want to explain something. So this particular stretch of the highway, the cars, instead of merging in from the right, when you enter a highway, like it's very typical of most highways, where you merge in from the left. So when I merged into the left lane, far left lane, i.e. the passing lane, the inside lane, his car was literally right beside me. So I had to yield to him. He had the right of way, so he could go by. I pulled in behind him, and when I pulled onto the highway, we literally looked one another in the eye. So that's how he knew I was black. And I let him go by, I pulled behind him, and I took the first exit. And so when he says he pulled me over for speeding, I wasn't speeding, because if I was speeding, he wouldn't have been able to determine that I was speeding. And in fact, he never even cited me for speeding. So I filed this motion to suppress based on that information. Filed a motion to suppress. And I also sent a discovery request requesting the documentation you see here in the dash video from dashcam video, which is what I posted on YouTube. Now, also one other thing, as I said, he never wrote me a ticket, but it's a few months after this, I was driving in Philly, and I was pulled over by a couple of cops for running a stop sign. And they just gave me a warning. And when they ran my information, it came back that my license was suspended. And they told me, oh, you should get that checked out. So I go down to the courthouse to figure out what this is about. And come to find out, lo and behold, it's for this speeding ticket that, again, he never cited me for speeding. And when I told the clerk that, she said, oh, well, looks like he mailed it to you. And this was months after where he allegedly mailed it to me. And what sense does that make, to mail someone, a cop mails you a ticket for speeding when he pulled you over, doesn't issue it to you that night? Who ever heard of that? So so I had to reinstate that case, and he didn't show up for that. So he didn't show up for this case, which is the DUI, and he didn't show up for the speeding. So here's my documentation.